Hi guys, it's Lethal here, and here is my in-depth multiplayer reveal for Black Ops 2. I'm going to skip the introduction and head straight into this with our first look at the custom classes in Black Ops 2. Now if I blow the picture up a little bit, you'll be able to see that this is running on a point system. So for example, you have 10 points and you can buy equipment, buy weapons and attachments as well, and that'll take points away from your overall points. So a weapon might be 4, a perk might be 2, that sort of thing. So it allows you to vary it up. I'll explain more of that in the trailer later on as we get to a few more classes that I'll be able to demonstrate it a little bit better. But as you can see, he's got his primary weapon with 1 attachment, his secondary weapon with 1 attachment, 3 perks and 2 pieces of equipment. Now you're actually going to be able to vary that up a little bit to suit your play style, and like I said, I'll talk to you about that a little bit later. So now at the bottom right of the screen you can see his 3 kill streaks that he's got equipped, and you can also see it says select fire on this weapon and burst. So that's going to be one of the attachments that you can add on. So you can have single fire or burst, or it might be unique to this one weapon. We don't know for sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was an attachment. So now moving on to that, and you can see these 2 like electric shocks. They're going to be similar to the stun grenade. As you can see, it does pretty much the exact same as what stuns does. It even has the same, actions and movements. So it's going to be pretty much the same as stun grenades, and it won't be too overpowered like it seems to give a bit of an impression. Now the next thing I wanted to talk about here is if I zoom in for you guys, you can see what looks to be a customizable player card like in Black Ops. That looks like the customizable background and the emblem as well, but it looks a lot more detailed, and I think they're going to give you more options to make your emblem look a little bit better than they did in Black Ops. So hopefully that means we have customizable emblems. As you can see, another one pops up here, and it doesn't look as good as the previous one, which leads me to believe that this is customizable. That guy just had a pretty sweet emblem. So now we have our first look at a new weapon and also another look at the customizable classes. We can see his primary weapon has 2 attachments and his secondary weapon has no attachments. He's got the perks filled up and he's got his 2 equipment. He's also got a blackbird in his kill streaks, and that's unlocked. Now he's got 2 attachments on his primary, probably because it's a light machine gun, and he might be using a silencer with the red dot or holographic sight, and that way he doesn't really need his attachment on his secondary weapon. So now as he's running along, you see like a flash, and you can actually see through this wall here. As I pause it here, you can see the enemy through that crate there, and that looks like it's going to be either a kill streak or like something similar to the portable radar, where it gave you a bit of an x-ray vision. And I think that's going to be, that worries me a little bit. It does seem a little bit overpowered, but I'm interested to see how they balance that out in the multiplayer game. So once this guy proceeds to kill him, you see another customizable emblem, and you'll be happy to hear that the Dolphin Dive is returning in Black Ops 2. Now this guy's still got that x-ray thing equipped, and he can actually see through smoke. It outlines the guys. So not only can you see through like buildings and crates, you can actually see through smoke as well. So here is our next look at the class setup. As you can see, he's got a primary weapon with 2 attachments. It looks like to be a light machine gun, and his secondary has 1 attachment. But as you can see on the right hand side, he's only got 2 out of those 3 perks, but he's also got his 2 equipments as well. So now we get our first look at a new kill streak. As you can see on the right there, that bar is filled up. Once he shoots this guy, it unlocks this new kill streak, and it's called the Guardian, and it's going to simply resemble the effects of a flash, but to more extreme. So it's good for holding down areas, particularly playing domination or something similar to that, and you can easily take out these guys. So now we're coming up on our third class setup. As you can see, it's called the Fly Swatter, and he's got his primary weapon, 2 attachments, and a secondary weapon. Now, as you can see with the perks, however, he's got them mixed up. So he's got 1 from Selection 1, he's got 2 perks from Selection 2, and none from Selection 3. So that is definitely going to be good, especially when playing Search and Destroy. That's what comes to my mind, is you can actually mix up your classes a little bit more and have 2 perks from the 1 section. Now it's interesting that this class is called the Fly Swatter, because as he takes out this Dragonfire drone, you can see that this emblem pops up and it says Fly Swatter. So I don't know if that's what's called when you destroy a drone like that, or if that's some sort of reward that his class gets for killing that. So now this is our first look at the Dragonfire drone, and it's going to be sort of like similar to the Recon drone, but this time you're actually going to be able to shoot. So it leads me to believe this is going to be a higher kill streak similar to that of the Reaper. Now this is a new weapon in Black Ops. It's similar to the Stinger, nothing really new here. But something we haven't seen before is right now when he scopes in, all these targets are lit up, so that leads me to believe it might be a perk or one of the attachments on this weapon. Now another thing, these guys are holding portable riot shields that you place down similar to like a sentry gun, and you can actually shoot over the top and use cover, which is definitely something we haven't seen before. Now as you can see there, an attack helicopter just dropped this kill streak down. It's called the ABR, and I have no idea how he fit that in that helicopter. Let's not ask too many questions about that. This is going to be one of the higher kill streaks if you ask me, similar to the assault drone in Modern Warfare 3. So this is going to be definitely an interesting kill streak, and will definitely be helpful in more defensive and objective play game types. Now here is the most interesting loadout we've seen so far. It's called Mostly Use My Blade, and obviously he's got no primary weapon. He's only got a secondary with no attachments, but as you can see he's got 6 perks, 2 from each category, and he's got 3 pieces of equipment maybe, or armor, that we're not really sure about in the bottom right there. So I don't really know much about that. We'll probably get more information in the future. So as you can see, Treyarch are focusing a lot more on your own unique playstyle, and if you want to only use me blade it, you pretty much can. Now it looks like he's pulling out his attack knife there. Instead of it automatically being equipped, you have to actually individually pull it out, and that'll probably stop a lot of people from raging. Now tomahawks are obviously back, and another thing that you guys are going to be interested to hear about is this new sniper rifle. It looks like quickscoping is going to make a return. It's probably going to be still more difficult than Modern Warfare 3, but it's definitely good to have it back. As you can see, the first one had sort of like an infrared scope, and the second one didn't have a scope at all, so it looks like we're going to be able to customize sniper rifles just as much as we can with assault rifles. Now we don't know what this kind of kill streak is. That could be just calling in like a UAV, but we did see an automatic shotgun there, and that C4 throw was a lot different to the physics in the previous game. So if I replay it back to you guys, you can see it goes a lot faster and a lot further than it has in Modern Warfare 3, which is definitely good. Now as you can see, flying all over the place are these like similar assault drones, and they're basically just going to be a kill streak that you can, similar to the Predator drone or the Reaper. Now another thing I wanted to quickly talk about before I leave you guys is the kill streak bar. Every time you get a shot, a hit mark or a kill, that bar jumps up, getting closer to your kill streak. So it's not going to be relying on how many kills you get, it's basically going to be relying on how active you are in the game. And here is our first look at a new game type, and this is going to be extremely popular with the competitive gaming scene. Now at the moment this is in spectator mode, so this is going to make it easier for a lot of commentators to commentate over live gameplay. Now another important thing to notice is up the top there you can see first, second and third. This is actually tri-team deathmatch. Now it's going to be, you versus one team who versus the other all at once, so that's definitely a new game type we haven't seen before. And when I think of that, it thinks straight to zombies, where we're having 4v4, which is basically your team versus another team versus the zombies. So as it's going to be in the multiplayer engine, this might be similar setup to what it's going to be like for zombie mode. So it's definitely a big advancement, and I know a lot of the competitive players are going to be very happy about that, and I think it's definitely going to broaden that scene, and you guys will be seeing a lot more competitive games on Black Ops 2 in the future. So I hope you guys enjoyed this detailed analysis. I don't usually ask for likes, but I am at the moment because I put a lot of work into this. So if you guys enjoyed or found this video helpful, please leave a thumbs up. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think about Black Ops 2, and as always, have a great day.